All right, I promise not to talk only about rising interest rates, still rising housing costs, and ever depleted inventory, at least not right off the bat anyway. All right, here's some interesting news. Russell Wilson and R&B artist wife Ciara did a thing. You may have heard that the Denver Broncos finally have a new quarterback worth being excited about. Russell Wilson and his wife Ciara officially moved to Denver and bought a house for a record-breaking price at $25 million. Now, the previous record for a Denver area single-family home was near the $16 million mark. That house that boasted 13 bedrooms and is located in Wilson's new neighborhood belonged to former Denver Broncos coach Mike Shanahan, according to the Denver Business Journal. I guess it's good to be in football and in R&B. Now, another interesting thing happened recently. More people have moved away from Colorado than moved in for the very first time in over 10 years. Denver City and County, in particular, saw larger losses than anywhere else in the state. Now, some Denver metro counties in particular are losing people to farther flung counties south and north of the metro area. Collectively, over 16,000 more people left Adams, Arapahoe, Boulder, Denver, and Jefferson counties from 2020 to 21, then moved in, led by Denver, Boulder, and Jefferson counties. In contrast, Douglas, Weld, El Paso, Larimer, Mesa, and Pueblo counties saw more people move in. And what does that all mean? I'm actually going to be covering all of that in an upcoming video, so stay tuned. But for the time being, let me just say this. Colorado enjoyed a 10-year run of growth. With growth comes growing pains. And I think we all feel growing pains in one way or another. Perhaps it's the price we all pay for living in a popular place. I've lived in Colorado almost my entire life, including being born and raised here. I lived abroad for a couple of years and in Seattle for about 4 years. Outside of that, I've always been here, and there's so much to love about living in Colorado. But the people I talk with that have lived here for a while tend to say it's changed, and I felt that too. Maybe you have as well. Traffic has undoubtedly worsened, and the cost of living is high here. Denver has the 7th highest cost of living of all major metro areas in the U.S. The cost of living is 17% higher than the U.S. average, and violent crime has increased 52% over the same 10 years. Now, many have mentioned the changing political landscape, COVID-related migration, and in general, with this much growth, things are just bound to feel different for those who have been here for a long time. Another interesting indicator of growth and decline is the U-Haul index. Have you heard of it? Growth states are calculated by the net gain of one-way U-Haul trucks entering a state versus leaving the state in the calendar year. Migration trends data is compiled from more than 2 million one-way U-Haul truck customer transactions that occur annually. And it's no surprise that California ranks last by a wide margin, supplanting Illinois as the state with the greatest net loss of U-Haul trucks. California has ranked 48th or lower since 2016. Illinois has been 49th or 50th since 2015, when U-Haul began ranking states based on an annual net gain. So just by watching the flux of U-Hauls shuffle across the country, you can get a sense of who's moving where and from where. All those Californians and Illinoisans have gone somewhere. Any guesses? Locally, the spring home buying and home selling season is in full swing, as March brought double-digit increases in new listings, also in pending listings and in sales. Now, year to date, the market has slowed a bit compared to this time in 2021. During the first quarter of 2022, we saw 5% less new listings, and the number of closings is down 11%. Interestingly, that is exactly what you're hearing about when you hear about news outlets say there's a slowing market. And those are stats that are used for fear-mongering in the media, unfortunately. Yes, many indicators of the real estate market's performance have decreased, but the last 2 years were record-breaking years, so the slowdown is all relative. Now, conversely, however, we are seeing tremendous gains in average and median home sales prices. The year-to-date median closing price, however, is up 20% from 2021. Does that sound like a market that's spiraling out of control? I don't think so. Buyers, if you're looking for inventory, the $300,000 to $500,000 price range is the place to look. You may have more luck there than other price ranges. Of all the new listings that came on the market in March, 46% were priced in this range, a likely sign of people moving up or moving out of their first homes. Activity in the luxury market, which includes homes priced at $1 million and above, is actually picking up. Compared to March of 2021, the number of new listings that are luxury is 53% higher, and closings are up by 36%. Additionally, luxury listings are going under contract in a median of 4 days. Now, that's the most interesting part of all this. Typically, luxury listings don't move as quickly as lower priced homes. Keep in mind, however, that we may need to redefine what a luxury listing is in these days as prices have risen so quickly. It can be less impressive to see what $1 million buys in most of the metro area these days compared to just a few years ago. Don't get me wrong, anything priced above $1 million is still prime real estate, but it may take a bit more money to find true luxury. Now, March brought a third consecutive month of increases in the number of new listings to hit the market, which is good news. It's not unexpected though. It is that time of year when people put away the snow shovels, fingers crossed, and start calling, you guessed it, U-Haul. Now, should we talk about those interest rates finally? Okay, do you really want to? Let's just get it out of the way. So here's the deal, they're up. We all knew that would happen. It was forecast to happen. Quite frankly, we all need something to slow down inflation. Historically speaking, rates are still great. Interest rates have risen, unfortunately, in the last 3 months, about 3.6% to 5.2% at the time this video was recorded. Serious buyers should approach rising rates as a motivating factor to buy sooner, not a reason to wait. Waiting is bound to cost you more in the long run. So let's connect today and you can better understand your budget and be prepared to buy your home before rates climb even higher. Because, as always, we understand that everyone's situation is unique, and now more than ever, who advises you matters. So please give us a call to discuss how this current real estate market impacts you. We would love to hear from you. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for all the latest video updates. Toss me a question or a comment if something comes to mind. And of course, don't forget to